So what are you hoping that people are going to carry away from the workshop and from the conference and from the movement that we're trying to create, the teal movement? What are your aspirations around what might come from this?
All the teal initiatives, teal organizations going teal, every day there are more and more teams and communities in business, even in governance agencies that are exploring new ways of working. That's a huge potential ecosystem of initiatives for next stage organizations that is emerging. I say potential ecosystem because in an ecosystem, every species is connected with the whole, with each other. There is organic connections, and we don't find yet that kind of ecosystemic connections in the teal movement. One of the workshops that will be presented at the conference will be the teal organizations mapping project, which will be aiming exactly that. But you asked me the relationship between the teal communities of practice and the movement. So what I see the role of the communities of practice is letting people in the broad network of teal organizations and initiatives, letting people to self-organize into learning communities focused on a shared domain. So I envision that in the plenary sessions of the teal organizations track, there will be opportunity for people to come together around their shared focus of what they want to bring their attention together. So that's the whole track, the whole teal org track has an evolutionary purpose, which is igniting the booster of the next stage for the teal movement as a whole. And because Lalu, 2 years ago in his keynote, he mentioned that he is thinking that in 10 years, teal can go mainstream. So some people thought, oh, that's very optimistic. Some people thought that, oh, maybe, who knows, it can go even faster than that. And whether I'm optimistic or not, the best way is moving from networks into transformative communities of practice. And when they are multiplying, when their impact is amplifying, when they are maturing, then these communities of practice, transformative communities of practice, becomes a system of influence. That's how I see becoming the new ways of organizing, becoming the new mainstream. And this model that I just sketched out, this trajectory, I'm building that on a seminal essay by Meg Whitley, where she charted this journey, which had a big impact on my thinking and movement organizing work.
Beautiful. Did you want to say a little bit about that, Aftab?
Post-modernity is upon us, and there is a way in which we're in a landscape that we sense but cannot see with sufficient clarity. And so the teal movement or teal organizing or next stage organizing all have this challenge of how do we, from the inside, have a new understanding of what an individual is. From modernity's understanding of what an individual is, there is actually, we now understand, there is no such thing. The way that modernity imagined and constructed an individual, and so how individuals learn. Now that we have an even clearer sense of the fact that while evolution delivers to us an immense sacred individuality, this unique unfolding of being in individualized ways, an individual is an expression of the collective and its potential. So transformative communities of practice are a way to experience this. Right now, I'm merely describing it. Transformative communities of practice are a way of living this in a embodied and connected way. And so the challenge of this 3 hours will be what learning activities can give people enough of an experience of this, surrounded by sufficient informational and historical contextualizing, so that there is a leap in each participant's ability to take their next steps in terms of engaging and participating in transformative communities of practice.